Hello, welcome everybody to another Friday Live. Happy Friday. Sorry, as I adjust my microphone, make lots of noise. ah! Hello, welcome. As people arrive, let me know in the chats where you're viewing from and how you're doing. How has your week been? What's been going on? Okay, I think I have my microphone adjusted finally. Yes, hello, welcome. Today is mediumship readings. However, if you want an intuitive reading, I'm happy to do those as well. And if you don't know me, I am Tara Joy. I am an energy intuitive. I channel light language and do mediumship readings. And welcome. Glad to have you here today. Hello, Tracy. Welcome. Let me show the comments. Okay. Yeah, so welcome, Tracy. You're the first one to hop on. And so usually I do a little bit more of a preamble, introducing myself, setting the scene. But it feels like we need to just get right into it today. So, Tracy, as the first one here, viewing, if you would like to connect with someone or a pet, I've connected with several pets in the past. I would love to do that for you, Tracy. Just let me know in the comments. And it usually takes a few seconds for the comments to show up there versus when you put them there. So be patient because I know because I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube, it takes a few seconds when people comment. And as we allow others to join, I feel called to also pull a card for all of us. So whoever's watching live and whoever's watching the replay, this applies to you. And trust when you see it is when you're meant to, what you're meant to hear. And let's see what card is for the collective. What message does the team have for us today? Ooh, this is a good card. Such a good card. So, Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance, obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. And I definitely am feeling this in my own world, in my own journey, that abundance is starting to roll in and flow more effortlessly. And like this card says, obstacles are being removed. It's like, it's hard to describe, but things that used to be like blocks or feel like I needed to overcome those things, those thoughts, those feelings, those beliefs, they just disappeared. And I feel this is happening on a collective level. So it's not just me, it's for everybody. So I hope that resonated with everybody. And now we can get to Tracy, who said, whoever would like to come through, but would love to hear from my cat Lynx. Yes. Okay. And as others join, just let me know in the chat where you're viewing from if you'd like to connect with anyone. So now I'm just going to connect with Tracy's energy. And just create this little golden dome between us so that we can connect in this divine energy portal together. And then we're going to invite Lynx to come in, to step forward, and whatever information wants to come through. So right away, I'm getting this beautiful connection with Lynx. And it was almost like a telepathic connection. So it was like you knew what each other were feeling. And you intuitively knew, when they might be getting sick, when they weren't feeling themselves. And it was more of a like inner knowing than an observation. So for regular pet owners, for pet owners, usually you watch their behavior, and over a couple of days, if it changes or if they stop eating or whatever, then you start getting concerned or call the vet, where it feels like you just knew. You could tell that something's up. And this wasn't just recently, it was like throughout their life. There's also like a lesson that they taught you, that Lynx taught you about being in the present moment, being in the flow of things. So pets are really good because they literally thrive on this flow energy, in that they eat when they're hungry, they sleep when they're tired. They don't remember or concern themselves with what happened yesterday, and they don't worry about tomorrow. They only are living in the now moment. And so it feels very much like Lynx was able to sort of teach you that lesson through observation. And also I even see Lynx like coming to you when you are upset or anxious or concerned, and able to help calm you down just by being present. And this resonates with me because I have a cat that also does that. It's like he knows before I do that I'm anxious, or that I'm frustrated, or that I need to take a break, and he'll literally come in and meow at me and jump on my lap, and then I'll be like, okay, I think I need to step away from whatever I'm doing for a few minutes and take a break. Yeah, so let me know, Tracy, in the comments if you had that telepathic connection with Lynx. And it feels very much like they're still going to continue connecting with you and guiding you, sending you messages. It's almost like they have now become part of your spiritual team. And it's so hard when you lose a pet. They do become family, and they are souls. Many were humans in another lifetime. As my cat is howling in the background right now. You probably couldn't hear it, but he 100% would come when I needed him. He would even tell me, well, yes, when to take a break from work. Definitely had the telepathic communication for a while, and knew when he was, yes. So this is like validation for you about, number one, that connection was real, and number two, your intuition and inner knowing was real, is real. And so take that into the future with, people, pets, other sentient beings that you're around, and know that when you get that intuition, that that it's real and that it's true. Our unique bond makes me think of doing animal communication, but not sure if that is the same with other animals. Yes, it is the same, because it's the same energy. So how I was described it from my guides, from my spirit team, is that if you can connect with one energy, you can connect with any energy. Because and it actually, animals sometimes come through easier than humans, because there's none of that. And let me refine that to say, when the last lifetime was a pet or an animal, like horses, whales, dolphins, all of that, everything in that category, they rely more on their intuition, on their connection with nature, on their connection with oneness than humans. And so when the last lifetime was a human lifetime, sometimes our own ego, our own self-limiting beliefs, it's still, what's the right word? It kind of lingers in the spiritual realm. Like I've connected with some individuals, and they're like really quiet and don't want to communicate because they didn't really believe in mediumship when they were alive, and so they don't trust it when they're on the other side. But also, once they're there, then they realize, oh my goodness, it's all it's all unfolding. My eyes were closed while you were giving the message. When I opened them, there was snow falling. Yay! Oh, I am so excited for snow. I know not everybody loves snow, especially where we are in Nova Scotia, where it tends to be like rain, snow, rain, freezing rain, snow, rain. But yes, I love the snow, and I love that validation, and I love that message. And yes, he Lynx is still with you, acting as a guide. And so whenever you need him, whenever you want to communicate, you can reach out. And I definitely feel that if you wanted to go into animal communication, you definitely should, because it's an innate ability in you. And I feel you also had a similar connection with your dog who passed. So I see a theme happening. And if you would like to try, I'm happy to volunteer my cat Leo. He's the very adventurous one. Yes, you did. Amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Let me just see if there's any last message. He's like, keep talking to me, because I hear you. There's also a message about self-doubt. That you and it's common that you doubt yourself, and I feel Lynx was like one of your strongest like supporters, your biggest cheerleaders, and so yeah, keep believing in yourself and keep he wants to word it playing, so find the joy in it and the wonder, because often hello Laura, often we take things so serious that we forget to have fun, and we forget to like be spontaneous and make it that adventurous fun thing instead of work or something you have to do. So thank you for being here. Thank you for asking a question and allowing me to connect with your beautiful cat Lynx. I see him in an Egyptian time too, so beautiful. And welcome, Laura. Welcome to the live. I didn't really have a plan today, except that I'm doing mediumship readings. Every week is a different theme, and we're seeing how that goes, and then we'll adjust and change. You can probably hear Leo now. He's now in this room. What are you doing, Leo? He wants to play now. Yes, royalty. Yeah, I saw him as like a temple cat where he like guarded the temple. What's up, Leo? Got a lot to say. He was like quiet and napping all day, and now he doesn't want me to pick him up. You want to come up, Kitty? This is my Leo. He got a haircut recently, but he still got his full tail. Okay, see you later. Hi, Leo. Can I have a mediumship reading too? Yes, Laura. Yes. Is there anyone in particular, Laura, that you would like to hear from? And thanks again, Tracy. And I hope I get to see some snow too. So I'm sending beautiful Tracy's energy back to Tracy, bringing my energy back to me. Then we're going to see if Laura has anyone to connect with, or sometimes guides step forward during mediumship readings. Thank you, Tracy. I do see some big clouds out my window, so let's hope for some snow. It feels like as soon as the time changes, I get into holiday mode. I've already watched Elf because it was its anniversary. No one specific, but feeling those taps on the shoulder a lot. Oh, yes. Okay. So I went to an event with Laura, and she had someone tapping her. And so let's see. So I'm going to connect with Laura's energy. And ask whoever's tapping her, whoever's trying to get her attention, to step forward. Wow. Okay. So multiple souls step forward. It was almost like a group stepped forward, Laura. 5. I'm like 5 main souls. It feels like an ancestral connection. I keep hearing pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Stop looking there, look here. Stop focusing on that. Look at this. So now I'm going to ask why this message, like, what do you want Laura to focus more on as Leo breaks into the closet? I'm hearing joy and abundance, joy and abundance. So it's like, it's like they're trying to get your attention when you're in that flow state, when you're on to something, when you're like heading towards what excites you, what brings you joy, heading towards your highest potential, is when they're kind of like, pay attention right now, pay attention right now. And like I'm feeling the jabs. Like it's gentle, but it's like definitely getting your attention, because it's like tap tap tap, pay attention, tap tap tap, pay attention. And what they're saying is like, you're so close to breaking through. Part of it is like the self-doubt. So you're very close to breaking through that self-doubt, breaking through that, if I offer this, no one's going to show up. If I do this, is it going to be a waste of time? Like all of that stuff is being dissolved and taken away. And these individuals, because there's more than one tapping you. So I feel so bad for you, because it's like they're like, you go home, they're there. They're at work, they're there. In the car, they're there. Grocery store, they're there. But they're nudging you to amazing things, and also reminding you to be confident in your abilities. Pay attention comes through. Yeah, pay attention. And it's not just like what's happening in that moment to pay attention to, but pay attention to the energy, pay attention to the signals you're getting. Because I remember once when you got tapped, you also were having your signal, like your arm was tingling, right? So it's almost like that extra validation of like, yes, this means yes. Tap, 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 yes. Let me see if there's any other message or communication with that. I see you on a stage. I see you, and like they're showing this to me. So sometimes when mediumship readings happen for me, it's like they project on a screen something and then I relay it to you. So I'm seeing you on a stage. I'm seeing you guiding people is the word they want me to use, and inspiring people. So, and it doesn't mean a literal stage, right? Because like YouTube, social media can be a stage. Like it's where you're in front of people is more the message. Definitely on a stage. Yeah. And so I feel part of what they're asking you to pay attention to is, and what they're showing me now is like, now that you're on the stage, now that you're like the center of attention, notice how comfortable you feel, and that it's not as scary as you perceived. And I feel the more you lean into that feeling comfortable, as Michelle says, already nailing it, following that intuitive pull, like mega amazing things are going to happen. And it's just going to bring in more abundance, more joy, more flow. So, and it feels like part of these souls are like ancestral loved ones who've passed. And then also like, I also see the angel energies of guides. And so it's almost like they've teamed up to help you together. And keep nudging you and reminding you. And if you prefer a different method, then you can ask them. Like if the tapping is like, I know it doesn't scare you, but they're like, if the tapping is too much, we can shift to a different way of communicating. Just let us know. But the rule with our guides is we have to ask. And Michelle says, I'm inspired. Yes, yes. Laura is an inspiration. Totally. My team is a good mix. Yes, yes. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to connect with this amazing team and see who has been tapping you. What an interesting reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Melissa will be next. And welcome, Melissa. Welcome, Michelle. And thank you, everybody who's watching live or watching on the replay. For those who don't know me, I'm Tara Choi. I am an energy intuitive and light language channeler. And I am coming on live on Fridays because, one, it's fun to connect with everybody. And it gives you an opportunity to see what it might be like to work with me. So, yay, Michelle, so glad you're here. Hello, Jolly James. You're so welcome, Laura. And sorry about all the noise on my desk. I forget that my keyboard is connected to my desk. So like when I put my mug down or I hit the desk, you guys can all hear it. And I'm so sorry for anyone who has headphones on right now. Okay, so I'm going to send beautiful Laura's energy back to Laura and bring my energy back to me. And then we'll connect with Melissa. And I always forget I can do this, but let's do this. And Melissa said, can you contact my friend Travis, who passed suddenly on 19th of July this year, please. Love from Melissa, New Zealand. Amazing. Thank you for watching from New Zealand. So exciting. This is why I love technology. So we're going to connect with Melissa's beautiful energy. And as before, we're going to put this little golden dome of light around us. And that's just to secure the connection between us. And then we're going to ask Travis to step forward. And it always depends on them, how quickly, how easily they are able to come through. And then I'll just ask Travis to give me a sign or symbol or message or memory, something about them. I'm seeing like this happy-go-lucky soul. And for whatever reason, it's like I'm joyful, I'm dancing, I'm laughing. And then it feels like it all suddenly, it's like I'm seeing like a snow globe that like got turned upside down. And so then everything like everything's happy and everything's going well and everything's great. And then it's just poof. And it feels like a real shock. Like no one saw it coming. And he keeps saying, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Oh, car accident, okay. Yeah, it was like everything was going amazing and then gone. Yeah, he's saying like he's okay. Have you had some thoughts about, like where he is, or if he's suffering, or if he did suffer, or, there's also the fear of like he was alone. And he wants you to know that you can let go of all of those, because he is at peace. I don't know if he swore a lot, but he says it's fucking amazing here. Like, like once he crossed, he was like, what the? Oh, wow. And then like so much made sense to him that was confusing. Oh, he was in your car. Yeah, he wants you to let go of any guilt that you feel, or any responsibility, because it's hard to wrap your head around, but each individual has the power to decide whether to stay or whether to stay in the spirit realm. And when you hear, near death experiences, people talk about this, that, they gave me the choice. Or they were highly encouraged to go back, saying it wasn't their time. And they're like, but I don't want to go. So let go of that guilt. Because what I'm hearing from him is that no one could have predicted or changed things, and especially yeah. So it was beyond anyone's control, is what he's saying. And so let go of any guilt, let go of any feelings of responsibility. Yeah, because it was an accident, right? And I can feel your like the overwhelming feeling of grief and guilt and responsibility. And there's also a message, like, if you aren't already, to like seek some help to talk through this, to work through this with like a professional therapist in your area, or if you aren't already, because this isn't meant to be carried by you alone. Yeah. So thank you for being here, Melissa. I hope that helped. With these live mediumship readings, I only go into sort of like a bit of the top level. And if you'd like to go into a more deeper reading, we can definitely do that. And I'm sending you so much love, Melissa, all the way to New Zealand, because this is a big, it's a big, what's the right word? it's a big healing to go through, and a big trauma, and really take care of yourself, and know that you're deserving of happiness. Yeah, I feel that's all I can say on that one. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being open. Yeah. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Yeah, keep asking for help, asking others to help, because yeah. And so if everybody who's on the live, anyone who's watching your replay, please send Melissa lots of love to New Zealand, as she works through this. And then I'm going to send Melissa's energy back to Melissa and say farewell to Travis. Bring my energy back to me. And then, yes, it did. Thank you so much. It means so much. I'm struggling. I'll overcome this, though. Yes, you will. You will overcome this. One of the things that I hear a lot is, we don't get sent things we can't overcome. But when you're in the thick of it, you just want to tell the universe to screw off, right? You're like, this doesn't feel like I can handle it. But yes, ask for help. Keep looking for those glimmers of joy. And another thing, and this is coming from your spirit team, from your guides, is to know that you can hold both at the same time. Like, we can be in grief but have joy. And in our human lives, it feels like we're kind of like, what's the right word? Conditioned isn't the right word. It's like we're taught that we can only have one emotion at one time. We're sad, and so we have to stay sad until we get over being sad. But the truth is, we can have multiple emotions throughout the day. And also don't feel guilty about, how you're feeling or what you're not feeling. And grief has such its own timeline, and it's unique to each individual. So that's why we're sending so much love to you. Okay. And yeah, and Laura's sending love, Michelle's sending love, everyone's sending love to you, Melissa. Okay, Jolly James, hello. Can you have a reading, please? Yes. And would you like an intuitive reading? Would you like to connect with a loved one? Let me know in the comments. And then this will be the last reading for this live. And next week is, I have to check my own YouTube channel. Next week is intuitive readings. Usually I have a fancy graphic ready, but I didn't get it ready today. So yeah, Jolly James, if you can just let me know if you want an intuitive reading or connect with a loved one. Intuitive, okay. You're so welcome, Melissa. And feel free to keep in touch. Now that we're connected on YouTube, let me know how you're doing. Okay, for Jolly James, I'm going to connect with, I don't know why I keep insisting on saying both of your names, Jolly James. So we're going to connect with your energy. And we're also going to put this beautiful dome over us. And that's just to connect together. What I see when I do this, I'm being guided to share. But when I see is like, there's a dome over me, there's a dome over you, wherever you are in the world. And then there's this like wormhole tunnel that connects us, even though like there isn't actually that. That's what they're showing me. And then that's how the, I work a lot with telepathy. So it's like, that's how the connection happens. And I actually feel that when I connect with people's guides, it's actually telepathic messages coming through. That's like my intuition. Everyone's different. So let's see. What message do we have today? Ooh, Hilarion. Divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Light can support others. And first of all, this card is heart energy. So green is heart energy. And there's that, I want to say emerald crystal right over the heart. And there is like a light language symbols on the card. It's not focusing. Please focus. There we go. It's kind of like light language all around here. Okay, so it feels like you're being guilty about taking more time to yourself, about not wanting to go out into public or interact with big groups. Or what I'm seeing is like normally you might be more extroverted and want to do all things, but lately you're more what I would describe hermiting in my own life. That's what I describe it as, like hermiting. And your whole team wants you to let go of feeling guilty about wanting to spend time with yourself in your own energy. Because what I'm also seeing is that your field is being up-leveled and fine-tuned, so you are more sensitive than you used to be. And it can feel overwhelming when you're not used to being so connected or feeling things in a new way. And so really honor that, like how the card says, honor that sensitivity, honor that this is, the word they're using is like deconditioning. Like you're consciously and intentionally being more present. And so you're not on that autopilot as much, just doing the things and going through the processes of stuff, right? Yeah, so they're like, get rid of that guilt. Like, you deserve to have time to yourself. And there's also like, if you need help, if you need to, what's the word? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Delegate. If you need to delegate, if you need to delegate, then feel free to delegate some of things that you don't have to take care of. Because it feels important that you follow what you need to do on the day-to-day. Hello, Ace Ace. And Jolly says, yes, I have very much been a hermit for some time. Yeah, and that's all about like getting to know what your sensitivities are, how to protect yourself. Thank you, Laura. Loved having you here. Chat soon. And so I'm going to ask, like, is there something that can help? So right away, they're like, ground in nature, or do nature meditations to help ground. Because it also feels like you're, which is why the light language was on the card, like you're connecting to that cosmic energy more. Psychic sensitive, yes, and they are. So your whole team is showing me how, you know, things are being dialed in. There's something about precognition, like sensing things before they happen, thinking or talking about someone, and then they text you. And so they're also showing how this is your own telepathic energy is coming online. And there is a strong correlation with cosmic energies and telepathy. It's actually our first sense, not our sixth sense, is what I keep being told. Like, this was how we communicated always. And it's like, now that we're on Earth, we use language, which when you compare, it's like language is limiting because it's like, you know, depends on the country and the dialect and education and all of these things, where telepathy is just pure energy, stream of consciousness. I also see you opening up to more possibility because of this heightened psychic ability. And so they're really wanting you to let go of some of the fear, because there's also like this fear of it being too much, or you knowing too much, or not knowing how to handle it. And they're there to support you through it. And as I mentioned to someone else, I don't remember which one it was, but you know, we need to ask our guides for the help for them to respond and give it to us. So developing that communication, that connection with your guides can also really help. An example I'm being nudged to share is that on days when I'm really overwhelmed with all of the things, I literally give it to my guides. I'm like, I'm really anxious today. I don't know what choice I need to make. I'm giving it to you. I give you all of this anxiety. And if you don't resonate with giving it to your guides, you can even give it to the earth, give it to water, give it to fire, give it to an element, and it'll get transmuted. And it feels a little easier because you're like, okay, I can let go of that and come back to the now moment. So let me know if that helped. And then thank you for joining Ace, but Jolly James, this was going to be the last reading for today. I've been on for an hour, but I will be on again next week. And so if you join us next Friday at the same time, I can definitely bring through a message for you. Yes, this is the thing with most people who are intuitive, who are empaths, who are the healers, the givers. We forget that we don't have to carry it all. So we get to and a lot of it isn't even ours. It's not our stuff, which is why we hermit, right? Because when we go out into the world, it all brings in everything, right? So yes, that helps. Thank you so much. I'm so glad it helped. And by you being here and asking that, you're also helping others, because often when you're not getting a reading, something in a reading for someone else ignites something or reminds something in you or educates someone. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking the question. And that goes for everyone who's here, to Michelle, Laura, Tracy, who was on earlier. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love coming on these lives. If you would like to reach out and get a deeper one-on-one session, you can definitely do that through the links in my channels, or joystarhealer.com. That's my website, and you can send me an email or connect with me or see what offers I have on the go. I have one coming up on Tuesday that's called Starlight Activation Circle. We're going to join together online for a guided meditation with light language, and I will, I should have had this ready. I'll share the link in the chats. And some people last week said they couldn't see the link, so I'll also share it after the live has ended. For anyone who wants to go deeper, I'm planning to host these circles once a month, and because they're on Zoom, you can join from anywhere in the world. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining my live, and I will see you next time. And remember, the magic isn't outside, the magic is you. So take care.